Bizbeat, the insight you need. I'm Zhuzhu. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is visiting China from July the 6th to the 9th. Recently, several U.S. officials, including Yellen and U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, have all said that the U.S. does not seek to decouple from China, recognizing that economic resilience requires de-risking and diversifying. However, saying is one thing, doing is another. The Biden administration retained tariffs imposed on hundreds of billions of dollars in Chinese goods, and also implemented export controls on China's high-tech sector. The CHIPS and Science Act of 2022 imposes restrictions on companies investing in China, while the Inflation Reduction Act also targeted China, the world's largest new energy vehicle maker. Despite these challenges, trade between the two countries has continued to grow. Data from the U.S. Department of Commerce shows that in 2022, the U.S. imports from China reached over $530 billion, up 6.3% year-on-year, close to the record of $538.5 billion in 2018. Last year, U.S. exports to China increased by 1.6% to $153.8 billion. Trade volume between the two countries reached a record high of $690.6 billion. In many products that the U.S. has demands for, such as smartphones, personal computers, and solar panels, China is the dominant supplier. Although there are many Chinese products on the U.S. list that requires additional tariffs of 25%, these tariffs are not targeted as best-selling products. According to an analysis from the Peterson Institute for International Economics, from July 2018 to August 2022, the import volume of Chinese goods excluded in the tariff list increased by 50%, while the import volume of goods included in the tariff list increased by 22%. These figures can tell that there is still broad space for economic and trade cooperation between the two countries. As Wang Wenbin, spokesman of Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, said earlier, what matters is that the U.S. cannot keep raising the issue of communication on the one hand, while on the other keep suppressing and containing China. We urge the U.S. to work with China in the same direction, to bring bilateral relations back on the track of sound and stable growth.